Hi everyone, welcome back to East Coast Haunts. I'm MK.
And I'm Sam.
And today we are going to do a little two-parter, I guess, to our previous episode on the inn at Jim Thorpe.
Yes. So we talked all about the inn at Jim Thorpe last week and all the hauntings that go on in that place. But now we're going to talk about our actual trip to Jim Thorpe, which we took this past weekend.
Yes, and it was, I have to say, a blast.
We had so much fun.
It was, I would highly recommend, if you have the facilities to go.
Yes.
Go see Jim Thorpe. I would recommend maybe going on a weekend that isn't Winterfest.
Yes. We unknowingly went during Winterfest, so it was super crowded.
But, I mean, we still had a great time.
We still had a great time, and I mean, yes, it was crowded, but it's not like New York City crowded.
No, it was manageable,
it's like Jim Thorpe crowded.
Yeah, Jim Thorpe, like small town crowded.
Yes. And also, I have a recommendation to put it into Google Maps before you go.
Yes.
Because MK and I were, for some reason, convinced that it was an hour away, but it was actually an hour and a half away from our Airbnb. But it was worth the trip. It was so worth it.
Worth the trip. Yeah. Dingman's Ferry, also a very nice place.
Yes.
The Poconos.
Super
check it
fun.
out.
We loved it.
We had a great time. We went to a little bar. We did some karaoke.
Yes. MK did karaoke. I was too much of a chicken to do the karaoke.
I got talked into it.
Yeah.
But I'm a sucker for a good karaoke.
I'm glad you did.
Open mic.
She was getting high fives at the bar.
Listen, guys.
Listen, just saying.
Podcasting isn't my only talent. Yeah, but let's talk about our day trip to Jim Thorpe.
All right. So the first thing we did,
we started off
at
the
Scenic Railway Tour.
Yeah. So first of all, we started off trying to find parking, which was a little bit of a bitch.
Yeah, parking was rough.
But
that dang Winterfest.
The dang Winterfest. Once we got our spot, we were able to grab some breakfast at this adorable little, like, Italian pastry stand outside the gorgeous, like, scenic railway, like, train
kind of like an old-timey railroad station.
And they have inside, like, the history of Carbon County, which is where Jim Thorpe is, like, why it's called Carbon County.
Like a typical, like, visitor center, like, very fun.
Very fun, very cool stuff. They have, like, some historical artifacts in there. Mm-hmm. They had, first of all, they had this, like, display with, like, historical quote-unquote candies. And I used to eat some of those candies when I was a kid, so it literally made me feel old.
Which ones? Like cowtails and stuff?
No, it was like some hard candy that I remember, like, maybe my grandma used to eat. I don't know. I just recognized it and I was like...
You're like, they're not that old.
Okay, chill. But then we had a great time on the scenic railway. It took us through the natural wonders of Jim Thorpe, through the mountains.
Through the woods.
Yes, we saw a waterfall.
Tiny waterfall.
Yeah, tiny waterfall. The Delaware Water Gap.
Yes.
Wait, right?
I'm the wrong person to ask.
Some Delaware waterway.
Yeah,
some pretty.
So many mountains. Like, we were like right up on the side of like a ton of mountains.
Yeah. And we went through this rock pass, and so we had like huge rock formations on either side.
It was really cool.
All while being in this really cute, like, old-timey train.
Yes, it was so cute. We had our little pastries.
Oh, it was so, like, aesthetic.
It was so aesthetic. And we had the guy over the intercom, like, telling us the history of the area.
The lore of the area.
The lore of the area. Yes, it was so cool.
And what else? There was, like, an old-timey conductor. You got, like, these... what do you call it? Like souvenir tickets.
It was like Polar Express.
It did feel like the Polar
Express. I think your boyfriend, that's like his favorite movie.
Yes.
And it was apparently the conductors in that look like the conductors in the Polar Express.
They do. I was waiting for them to like reel out the hot chocolate.
Yeah, right.
You know?
That's like the only Polar Express thing I know. I don't know anything else about it.
I'm not a huge Polar Express fan, but
Freaks
my boyfriend, that's his favorite Christmas movie. So actually, I think it's been upstaged by It's a Wonderful Life.
Wow.
Which is one of my favorite movies of all time.
I know that's one of your favorites.
I know you don't like it.
I know.
I feel like that's a very polarizing movie.
It is, yeah.
I feel like we're a couple months too late on this conversation, but also chime in and let us know.
Maybe in December we'll do like a Patreon episode of like you versus me. It's a Wonderful Life.
Another draft, perhaps.
Oh my
That was fun. We got a lot of interaction.
We should do a springtime draft.
Yes, let's do it. Next episode.
Yeah, next episode, because it'll be March.
All right, spoilers.
Ooh, how fun.
Oh my god, I'm so excited.
Gonna start thinking about that.
Me too. Okay, so after our little...
Scenic Railway tour.
Also, actually, before we get off the topic, they have a railway... Because that was a round trip ticket, so we started at the same place that we ended. But they do have another railroad that comes up from Reading.
Right.
And apparently you can have, like, dinner on the train, and it's, like, almost like kind of Murder on the Orient Express vibes. Like, that's how old-fashioned we're talking.
It's so... And, yeah, like, they have, like, little vases of flowers on each table
when
you're
looked
eating
adorable.
There. Yeah, I would love
to
do. How far are we from, like, Reading?
I have no idea, to be honest with you. I don't think we're that far.
Okay.
So perhaps a summer trip?
Yeah, that could be super fun.
But yeah, so we had a blast. It was great. After that, we made our way up to a little cafe.
Called the Muggles Mug.
Hell yeah.
Because any Harry Potter fans out there, listen. I know it's dorky to like Harry Potter.
Whatever, man.
We love Harry Potter. MK and I have loved Harry Potter since I don't even know, since we were little kids.
You got me into it, though.
You did. But, I mean, you've definitely read the books more than I have.
I'm a big Harry Potter, big Harry Potter.
It's just so there's just like the magical feeling. So this entire cafe was themed around Harry Potter,
and it was like so perfect. I don't know. It was just it had like the vibes of something you would walk into in like Hogsmeade.
Absolutely. There was the mirror. What is that? The mirror of
Erised?
Yeah. So that there's like that fancy mirror from the first book.
Yeah, where you like look in and it's like your deepest desire, which is Erised, spelled backwards.
Oh my god, it is? That's so funny. I did not know that. Okay, they had a ton of different lattes.
Oh, yes.
They had a butterbeer latte, obviously.
Which actually neither of us got.
Yeah, butterscotch and caramel. I'm kind of surprised I didn't get that one, but I feel like there used to be like that butterbeer frap at Starbucks, so I feel like I've already had it.
Well, I actually have been to this place before.
Yeah.
And I got it last time.
So what'd you get this time?
I got, the love potion.
Pop-up potion. I should have showed you.
Pop-up potion. That was what it was called. And it was popcorn and salted caramel flavored.
And it smelled like popcorn.
It was the best latte, like flavored fun latte I've ever had.
And also yours had like that, it had like bright pink sprinkles on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was really pretty.
It was giving love potion.
It was very much giving love potion, which is probably why you called it that.
Yes.
Mine was the mandrake maple, which for those non-Harry Potter fans, mandrakes are those like little like baby, like those plants.
The screaming plants.
Yeah, the screaming plants they pull out of pots or whatever. And mine was like maple, white chocolate, and cinnamon, and it was so good also. Yeah. It's interesting because they serve you the coffee without a lid.
Yeah.
But I kind of like
that.
The
pictures.
Yeah, it was kind of like aesthetic. And
they know it's a good photo op.
They do.
And in this cafe, they're playing like the Harry Potter movies on loop.
At all times,
yes. Yeah. And they have like stuffed animal like nifflers and like, you know, if you're not a Harry Potter fan, that's just like a little
platypus looking thing.
Yeah, it's like a little creature, a magical creature.
They had a bunch of different like coffees that you can bring home, which we were gonna do, but we have a Keurig here, so
we couldn't do
the classics. But they had like pumpkin juice flavored.
Yum.
Birdie Bot's every flavored bean flavor, which was just but it's a mystery coffee flavor.
Oh, interesting.
So I guess it's nothing like crazy.
I hope it's not troll bogies.
I know. Ew. I really did.
Ew, I make myself cringe. Sorry, guys.
You didn't hear that. And they had like 20 different types of quiches.
Oh my god, the quiches were incredible.
So good. We loved our quiches.
I have to see. I think I got bacon, Swiss, and onion.
Yes. And then I got the spinach feta.
Yum.
We both loved them. We thought they were delicious.
Anyway, 10 out of 10 for Muggles Mug.
We had so much fun there.
Sam, what is your Hogwarts house?
My Hogwarts house, at the end of the day, I am a Hufflepuff.
Yes, you are.
I sometimes feel like, I sometimes feel like I don't really fit any of the 4 houses for some reason. But if I had to pick, I do think I'm Hufflepuff.
I think I would pick you as a Hufflepuff or a Ravenclaw.
Thank you. Well, whenever I think of myself as a Ravenclaw, then I remember, like, the, like, times when I like have been stupid like so many times in the
blonde moment.
Yeah, I think of all the blonde moments and I'm
that's not discriminatory. She's actually blonde.
But, it's true, I am.
Yeah.
But I would say Hufflepuff for myself at the end of the day. This is not going to come as a surprise, but MK is
a Gryffindor, which I honestly sometimes it annoys me a little bit because I don't want to get grouped in with like all the people that haven't read the books and I'm a Gryffindor. Yeah, which there's nothing wrong with that, but like.
But yes, there is.
But like, I'm a true Gryffindor. Yes. So like, that's kind of So
kind of triggers her, guys.
Sorry, guys. But I love like the quizzes on Pottermore. So I took my Patronus.
Oh yeah, you're like what is it?
A stoat. It's like a little weasel-looking thing, and it is honestly like the most adorable thing I've ever seen.
It looks like a ferret.
I'm so happy with it. It's crazy.
Okay, after we finish this episode, I'm gonna take mine.
You better. Okay. We'll update the people in the next episode.
Everyone wants to know what Patronus I am.
All the non-Harry Potter fans are like, what are they talking about?
I know. We'll move on for their sake. Yes. So there were a ton of really cute shops around there, right?
Yes. What were some of your purchases of the day? Because we went in like every single shop. Towards the end, I mean, it got so crowded that we were like skipping the stores that we didn't really want to go to, but we went to well, to answer your question, my purchases of the day were 3 beautiful bottles of olive oil and vinegar. I bought the same thing.
Yes, we both got, I think, two bottles of olive oil and 1 bottle of vinegar each, right?
Yes, from, I think it's just called Jim Thorpe olive oil.
Yeah, and it was so, I mean, they had every flavor from, there was like a chocolate jalapeno vinegar.
Yeah.
There was a Philly cheesesteak olive oil.
Yeah, that was crazy.
There was a bacon olive oil.
Bacon.
I ended up getting, it was like a Parmesan olive oil and then like a, I don't know, some sort of herby something or other with garlic. And then the vinegar I got was like smoky vinegar. It's like, and it adds like a smoky, like a barbecue taste kind of. Yeah. So super good. And then yours were?
I got a garlic parmesan and rosemary olive oil, which I used this morning on my avocado toast.
And something smelled good.
It was delicious.
Okay, that's what that was.
And then also I got this like aged truffle vinegar.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Like, really, really good. And then like a wild mushroom olive oil, which I haven't gotten a chance to try yet.
Well, but I'm excited to hear about that because we've had so that was super fun.
That was a fun store. We get to taste all the olive oil. We should probably put some haunts in because we're like 10, 12 minutes.
Yeah, let's get into as much as I'm sure they want to hear about our vacation.
Our little trip. But we can go back and hit it up at the end.
Yeah, exactly.
But now what you've all been waiting for. We have like a couple of little spooky locations.
Yeah, because this is a really, really old town.
Yeah.
Like we said in the last episode, I mean, dates back to what was it, 1700s?
I think it was the 1800s, early 1800s. Yeah. But one of the places in Jim Thorpe, which we actually didn't get to visit, was the old jail museum.
Yes.
Which was the site of the Molly
Maguires. It's closed right now.
Yes. But we did get to visit Molly Maguire's pub.
Yep, we did.
Very briefly.
Our friends went in to get a t-shirt. Yes.
But that was still pretty cool because we knew
the
story behind the name.
Yeah.
And then also, one of the houses in Jim Thorpe is the inspiration for the outside facade of Disney's Haunted Mansion.
Yes.
And if you look it up, it's like the Asa Packard house.
Yep.
It looks exactly like the Haunted Mansion.
Yes.
The only thing that's like a little bit different is the coloration.
Yeah. But otherwise, I mean, it's pretty darn similar.
It's very, and you know what? It looks like a haunted mansion.
It does. Although the funny thing is like it isn't. It's just like a regular mansion.
It's a regular house.
I mean, maybe it could be haunted, but we don't know.
But not that I've come across anyway.
No, because I tried to look it up too. Yeah.
And I didn't find anything. But one of my favorite stops of the day.
Yes.
Was called the Emporium of Curious Goods and Oddities, I want to say. Something like that. I'll tag them in our Instagram post and maybe in our show.
They have a good Instagram. We should. Yeah.
And, I mean, this place has everything. Like, witchy, eclectic.
It had, like, Egyptian themed, stuff.
It had, like crystals.
It had, like, ghost hunting books.
Harry Potter wands.
There were daggers. There were fancy daggers.
Daggers, swords, a full suit of armor.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they had, like, artifacts. I mean, it was and then it's funny because in the second room that's, like, attached to it, it was, like, more of, like, your classic, like, gift shop.
Yes, like a general store, sort of. And they had, like, hand-carved clocks and, like, steampunk, like, apparel.
Yeah.
They had, there was, like, this really cool, like, witch doctor's mask, which I know freaked you out a little.
Yeah, I'm a little freaked out by witch doctors. But I know you thought it was really cool.
I thought it was neat, yeah. I talked my boyfriend out of buying it, so...
Yeah. Zach was really thinking... Zach was about to risk it all.
He was. He was about to lay it all out there.
Well, I know he bought a Viking hat there in the past.
He has, yes. The last time we were at Jim Thorpe, he dropped $70 on a Viking helmet. And you know what? I can't say that he hasn't gotten good use out of it.
Which is hilarious. Like, how?
Because, like, back in college, like, when we would have a few drinks and we'd be playing, like, Pong or whatever in their apartment.
Get out the Viking hat.
He'd go into his room and he'd, like, emerge with this Viking helmet on. I don't know.
He got his money's worth.
It's a conversation starter. But that's, like, the kind of thing that this store sells. But I know that you want to talk about a notice that was posted in the store.
Yes. So we had been in there for, like, maybe 4 or 5 minutes. And we noticed this little sign. It's not even a sign. It's just a piece of paper with Sharpie writing on it. And it's, like, taped up on, like, one of the cabinets. And it says, "Have you seen our cat?" So, of course, that caught my eye. I was like, do they have, like, a lost cat? Like, what's going on? It says, "Have you seen our cat?" I'm going to read the entire thing. "If you think you have, your eyes might be the eyes of a psychic. The cat is a ghost. The owners have seen it. Customers have seen it. Children often see it. People actually have gone towards it and it vanishes. It has been seen for the 33 years the present owners are here. We have no idea why it is here. The building dates back to 1922, so there may have been many cats living in the upstairs apartments over the years. It is large and gray and always described that way by those fortunate enough to see. We have nicknamed it Spooky.
Aww.
Many times we have found things moved or broken in the morning after being perfect the day before."
Wow.
Isn't that
like
cute?
This cat is like a little bit of a liability.
Yeah, a little mischievous liability.
I'm like actually a little bit sad that neither of us saw him.
We looked, because after we saw this, we did kind of like look around.
Like, pss, 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 pss.
You're like, "Come here, Spooky. Come here." I think it's so interesting that they were like, we don't know where it's from, but it could have been a cat from above, from like, you know, the apartments above there.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was crazy, and I was really hoping that we would get a little spooky sighting.
That would have been awesome.
I was looking in, like, the little corners of the shops, you know.
Where is he at? He's a large gray cat, so if anyone's ever visiting Jim Thorpe, keep an eye out for a large gray cat. Maybe call out Spooky.
Spooky.
Pretty cool.
I thought that was pretty neat. And then also, in the same shop, they have pictures tacked up on the wall, and I actually didn't see this one personally, but we were told afterwards that there's a picture on the wall of an author who went to a graveyard in Jim Thorpe, and I believe the author was the previous owner of the shop.
Okay.
And he went to a graveyard in Jim Thorpe because he was writing like a historical novel, and I think he went to go visit the grave. And the entire time that he and his, I guess, assistant were there was no one else in the graveyard. It was completely deserted, and they would have been able to see people there. But they took a picture of this author with the gravestone of whoever he was writing about. And in the background, you can clearly see a person, like, kind of standing a little bit behind him.
Yeah.
And, like, looking at him. Is that
did someone tell us that while we were in Jim Thorpe?
It was...
in a book?
No, I think Zach told us afterwards, because he was like, "Did you get a chance to see that?"
Oh, my gosh. Oh, I wish we had seen that photo.
Maybe we can find a picture of it online, because I think that's really sick, and I'm so mad that I missed that.
Maybe we could, like, DM them or something.
Maybe, and get them to send us that picture.
And then also, I believe the current owners, you were saying something about this to me. Can you talk about the current owners of this shop?
Yeah, so the current owners, I think...
Like they said, they've been there for 33 years, the current ones.
And I think they were good friends or acquaintances with the Warrens, Ed and Lorraine Warren.
Yeah.
Which is, if you know us, that's what we did a few episodes on a while back. We did one on the Conjuring House, and then also on their museum in Connecticut.
Yeah, we talked about Annabelle and like all
their famous cases. So that was really cool, and they have a picture with them in the shop. And I like the Warrens. I know there's like a little bit of controversy around them, but I think they're like a pretty cool.
Yeah, and they had a bunch of their books there too, which was kind of cool.
Which I didn't know they wrote fiction. They're fiction.
I didn't know that either.
At least I thought they were from the titles. They sounded like fiction. But
interesting.
Things are stranger than fiction.
I was gonna say, but doesn't that call into question like everything about them?
I guess
like if they're really good at writing fiction. I don't know.
Interesting. Maybe
I'm just playing devil's advocate here.
Nah, I'm not sure about the Warrens, but
it was a really cool place. They also had a bunch of like like that incense.
Yes, I'm actually fun fact. It was like for a while back. My mom thought I was allergic to incense.
Really?
Because whenever I would go like into church, I would get like super lightheaded and sometimes I'd faint.
Oh,
so my mom was like, "Oh, well, maybe you're having an allergic reaction to the incense." So now, whenever I smell incense, I think it's kind of, and the fainting like literally had nothing to do with the incense. It was just like me,
anemia.
Anemia. It was a low red blood cell count, but and now whenever I like smell incense, I feel like a little bit dizzy and lightheaded, but I think it's like kind of like my brain is like conditioned. Exactly, placebo effect.
I have to say, I hate the smell of incense because it smells like death to me because like funerals, like, like you know how they like do that at funerals. Oh, I hate the scent. It makes me want to gag.
Yeah, I don't love incense.
But like a lot of the other incense like that they had there were like a bunch of different scents, like, and
they actually smelled pretty good. Yeah.
It was just like a very cool like hippie-ish, like witchy,
really like crystal collecting.
Yeah, it was just a cool shop.
And I thought it was really cool because they employ a resident witch.
They do? I must have missed that.
Yes. So I don't know her name, but I'll put it in the show notes, and maybe if she has an Instagram, I'll tag her.
Okay.
But she creates spells that they sell at the shop, which is like really cool.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
How did I miss this?
I don't know. It was in the big glass case in the front, and it said like spells created by our resident witch. And then she also makes like fairy crowns, and she, I believe, also does the tarot card reading.
Okay, yes. I do remember seeing something about the tarot card.
I don't know if it's actually her that does it, but I do know
but they do have their tarot card readings. Yeah. Okay.
So definitely...
Yeah, that's really cool. How many stores can say that they have a resident witch?
No, that's what I'm crazy. That is so cool. And you know what? For all of our spooky listeners out there, this is a must visit. I would say.
I mean, it reminded me of the shops in Salem a lot.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. It has a very similar vibe, but this one was like 3 or 4 shops like combined because it was huge. I could have spent like hours in there, I think.
I mean, we did spend a while in there.
We did spend a while.
I was just looking for something to buy. Yeah. And I was like, I did buy a lot from there the last time. I bought like a few Harry Potter ones. I bought like a fairy orb.
So you're like, okay, I gotta look at myself.
Reel it in.
Yeah, they had these like witch orbs there, which are it's almost like not like a dream catcher, but it sort of seemed like to have the same purpose, like giving good energy, like keeping out the bad energy. Yeah. So those were really cool. They almost look like Christmas ornaments.
They were really neat.
I know. I kind of wanted to get one.
Maybe when we go back.
Yeah, because we will go back.
Well, we go back on the train up from Reading.
Perfect.
And then hopefully the old jail museum will be up, and we can give you guys the scoop
Is that closed because of the spring?
It's closed for the winter.
Okay, perfect. Okay, well then I guess let's go back in the spring or the summer.
Perfect. And now let's talk a little bit about what we were talking about in our last episode, which was the Inn at Jim Thorpe.
Yes, let's discuss. So we actually got dinner at the restaurant that's attached to
Broadway Pub and Grill.
Grill and Broadway Bistro, maybe?
Grill and Bar. I don't know, something like that. It's Broadway something or other. And so we got dinner there.
Yes, we did.
We got some fried green beans.
The fried green beans were delicious.
I loved the fried green beans.
They were awesome.
So it was a funny story to tell you all.
I ordered a veggie burger. I'm not vegetarian or anything, but it just sounded good to me.
Yeah, sometimes a good veggie burger hits.
Yeah, especially when it's like real. Like, I have nothing against like Beyond Meat. I like the Beyond Meat, but like I think I like a veggie burger with like beans and like veggies in it.
I love like a good black bean burger.
Yes, exactly.
So good.
So I was excited. I ordered that, and it came. First of all, it didn't have any sauce on it. Because there was avocado on it, and I think they wanted like the avocado to like act as the sauce.
Okay, interesting.
But I love avocado, but it's like
it's not a sauce.
And there was no salt or anything. It was very bland. Which, to be fair, they were very busy.
Yeah, they
were.
So,
like, I'm not expecting them to, like, be able to whip up, like, a crazy fancy gourmet burger, but the burger tasted like nothing. It was not good. So I grabbed some Tabasco sauce because we didn't have ketchup. So I was like, I guess I'll just use this Tabasco sauce. And I thought that Tabasco sauce was the same thing as hot sauce. I guess I'm stupid.
I did too.
Right? This is why I'm not a Ravenclaw. So I...
Wait, I feel like, honestly, I do think Tabasco is the same as hot sauce.
But it was so much more, like, peppery and, like, intense.
Can we research this for a second?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so we just looked it up, did our little research, and Tabasco is a totally different thing than hot sauce.
So I really thought that Tabasco, I'm going to sound like an idiot, but I thought it was like a brand of hot sauce.
That's what I thought it was too. Yeah.
So I was like, okay, like I know what hot sauce tastes like, so I put on like a couple dabs of hot sauce, right?
You went after it with the hot sauce.
I did go because I was like, it tastes like nothing. I was like annoyed. So I went on it with the Tabasco sauce. And, like, I took, like, a couple of bites, and I was like, I can't eat this. It was so spicy.
It was brutal.
It was so spicy. I had tears forming in my eyes. I tried to keep eating it, but I literally couldn't. It was horrible. So I really played myself because it went from, like, the most bland thing in the entire world to so spicy that I could not eat it. And now I know that Tabasco sauce is not my friend.
So you'll proceed with caution in the future. Absolutely.
I might have ruined Tabasco sauce for me.
I have to say that my meal was delicious.
Yours was the only one that was good.
It's a classic case of one of those restaurants where you have to know what to order.
Yeah, you do.
You know? So I got,
smart about it.
What did I get? Some sort
brisket grilled cheese.
Yeah, like a short rib grilled cheese.
Yeah, you tell I'm jealous. I'm like, brisket grilled cheese. I know.
Right away. Which is like, honestly, I don't think I would ever order that at a restaurant. Like, it's not like a very me dish.
Yeah.
But for some reason, and it was because I knew Zach was gonna get it, and I knew that when he got it, I was gonna be jealous.
Yes.
And then he didn't end up getting it. So then I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to get it anyway.
Yeah. And then he ended up not liking his and you ended up liking yours.
So I do have to say their fries were very good too.
My sweet potato fries weren't good.
Oh no!
I know, but I still ate every single one of them because I didn't eat my burger.
You're hungry.
My life is so hard.
Anyway. But anyway, so back to the haunts. That's our food review.
That's our food review. Yeah, the haunts. It definitely had like a weird vibe.
No, when we stepped into the lobby,
yes,
I felt like my stomach felt like a little bit off.
Okay,
but it could have just been the food.
That was the food.
Don't know.
That was the food.
But then at one point, Sam and I were looking for the bathroom, and I opened a door, and it looked like it led to a basement, and my stomach dropped.
Yeah, that was.
I got a weird feeling from
and
that
I was like,
door.
I don't think that's the bathroom. And that was creepy.
Left quickly. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we took a picture in the
lobby and then also in the front. I mean, it's a very cute hotel.
Yes.
But it definitely, like, even when we were in the restaurant, it was just, like, weird vibes. Like, it was, like, I mean, this could have just been, like, a regular restaurant, like, goings-ons, but, like, it was, like, weird. Like, all the waiters were, like, confused.
Yeah,
like,
we had, like, a couple of weird interactions in the restaurant.
It's just, like,
everyone just seemed confused.
Yeah.
And it wasn't, like, bad service.
No, yeah, it wasn't,
like, at all. The service was actually very good.
Yes, yeah, our waitress was great.
But it was just, like, everyone seemed, like, in a daze a little bit.
It was, like, a Twilight Zone.
I did feel like I was in a Twilight Zone.
Yeah, it was super, I don't know how to describe, but it was, like, it was weird.
To the point where even if I didn't know that place was haunted,
I'd be like,
something's off.
Yeah, I'd be like, okay, like, what's going on? Is there, like, a gas leak in there? Like, what's going on?
Maybe, yeah. Maybe that's what I would have come to the conclusion of, too. But I do have to say, I would like to stay at the inn.
I would love to stay at the inn, yeah.
And see if there was any, especially in that one room, that
211. Especially because it doesn't really seem like any of the haunts are, like, violent. It just seems like it's a really old hotel.
Yeah, same thing with the Farnsworth house.
And an old town. Yeah, exactly.
Those are the kind of stays that I would be interested in staying overnight.
I wouldn't be as scared to do that as I would be for something with, like, a malevolent spirit.
Yeah, me too. I do have to say that the inn from the outside is gorgeous. And we didn't really get to see, like, any of the inside, but it had that, like, old historic charm.
Yes, it did, absolutely did.
So, perhaps when we go on the train from Reading,
we can maybe we'll just go somewhere else for dinner.
There's a couple of good-looking restaurants.
Oh, yeah, there were some really good-looking ones. Honestly, for our next trip, we take the train in, we stay at the inn overnight, and we can spend some time at the Muggles Mug, and we can go to the different stores.
The Emporium.
Like, yes, I would love that. Sounds so fun.
Okay, I'm in,
maybe
like, Flynn.
I have not heard that phrase.
You've never said?
In, like, Flynn.
In, like, Flynn?
No.
I think that's, like, a my mom phrase. In, like, Flynn.
No, it's probably a pop. I don't know.
No, it's definitely not popular.
Do you guys know that phrase?
In, like, Flynn, baby.
In, like, Flynn?
I think it's more so used, like, when you have, like, the in with someone.
Okay.
Like, you know, like, she's in with Flynn.
Well, I've never had the in with Flynn, so that's why I've never heard of it.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I don't know. Is there anything else that we need to talk about in Jim Thorpe?
It was just super fun. If you like historic places, you'll love Jim Thorpe.
Yes.
If you like spooky places, you'll like it because there's the inn, there's the jail, there's a couple of different shops that are a little bit spooky. So it's definitely a little bit like a less intense Salem, I would say.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I've never been to Salem.
It's like a very, very toned down version of Salem.
Very nice.
It was really fun.
I would highly recommend the train, though. That was really
we had so much fun. It was a great time.
That was one of the highlights. And then, what else? There was, like, adorable little bookstores, too.
Yes, there were bookstores.
That we had a blast at. I got an American serial killer book. So if anyone is interested, if anyone's, like, a true crime junkie, maybe I can do, like, a little Patreon episode.
Yeah, because the stuff that you've been telling me about is super interesting.
Well, the whole book, and what is it? It's, like, The Deadliest Years. American Serial Killers, The Deadliest Years is what it's called. And the whole book is, like, almost like an essay. It's, like, formatted like an essay.
Yeah.
And the whole book, like, kind of, it seeks to explain why there were so many serial killers from, like, the 50s to, like, the 90s.
Yes.
And that was, like, the golden age,
it's like his thesis, like.
Yes, exactly. And it's so interesting so far. So if anyone's interested, maybe I can, like,
that would be a great
briefly talk about it and enlighten you on a...
Yeah, and I can give my, like, annoying commentary. Like, wow.
Annoying. Wow. Well, that was pretty good.
4th of July. That was so
Makes
bad.
me want a hot dog real bad.
We're gonna get, like, hate comments. They're gonna be like, decent, unprofessional.
Uneducated.
Yeah, uneducated.
Alright, well, before we dig ourselves into too deep of a hole,
we'll head out.
Talk to you guys next time.
Yeah, we got some fun stuff coming up.
Go to Jim Thorpe.
Do it. Tell Jim we sent ya.
Bye.
Bye.